Okay, very good morning. Today we'll start the introduction part of our welding process. Today we'll discuss on the introduction part of welding process. Welding process is also manufacturing process. So, welding means from the terminology welding. Welding means uh, this is actually joining process, joining of two similar or dissimilar materials. Means, by this process, we can join two uh, either two similar or dissimilar materials. Means we can join steel to steel and steel to steel with aluminum also. Okay. So the terminology is that welding. Welding means how this joining process occurs. Means, from the terminology, it is clear that welding means just melting weld. The process means after melting the material, uh, the material gets melted and the uh, two or more parts will join and the melt will solidified. Okay, so this is nothing but melting the material with the help of heat source, and this melted material will get solidified, and after solidifying, two or more components can be welded together or can be joined together. Okay. So in this process, a heat source is required. Means either heat source or pressure is required to melt the material. Okay. So physics behind the welding is nothing but melting the material. So those material want to weld together. So just melt those materials at a high temperature, and when those materials will get solidified, melted material gets solidified, then uh, those material will get welded. Okay, and uh, another way of welding is by applying the pressure also. And so, this is actually pressure. Two types of welding process are there. One is pressure, and another is resistance, means the heat by applying the heat. Okay. So, the welding process, it is a process of joining two similar or dissimilar metals with application of heat, and with or without the application of pressure. Means heat is required to melt the material है means at that zone जहाँ oil को नहीं है उसी zone को metal को और means melt करनी है. Okay. So with the help of supplying the heat at that zone, the material get melted, and with or without applying the pressure, so you can either apply pressure or without applying a pressure. The welded melted zone, uh, at the melted zone will get solidified, and the material will get joined together. Okay. So this is welding is a process of joining two or more similar or dissimilar metals by melting them locally at the place of intended joint. मीन्स जहाँ joint करनी है उसी प्लेस पर मटेरियल को मेल्ट करनी है. मीन्स होल मटेरियल सारे मटेरियल मेल नहीं होगी, जहाँ पर ज्वाइन होगी at that zone to melt and अदर जो मटेरियल दो मटेरियल ये करूँगा वो उसी दोनों मटेरियल को इवेंट करनी है और फिलर मटेरियल यू कैन यूज द फिलर मटेरियल एंड दो फिलर मटेरियल मेल्ट एंड two or more parts get joined together. Okay. So welding is a process of joining two or more similar or dissimilar metals by melting them locally at the place of intended joint. Filler materials may be added and a pool of molten metal is made. And sometimes filler material can be added, and these filler materials will melt uh, and so those two or more parts will get uh, oiled together or joined together. Okay. This pole of metal becomes strong joint after solidification. Means जैसे वो जो पिलर में अगर पिलर मटेरियल अप्लाई करूँगा then this pillar material will melt and solidify rapidly. जो पिलर मटेरियल जो solidification होते हैं they solidify very rapidly. Means liquid to melting state से and uh, liquid state से solid state very rapidly transform होती है during welding process. Okay, so this pool of metals becomes a strong joint after solidification. Sometimes the help of pressure along with heating is taken to produce a welding. Sometimes pressure is applied in the welding zone of pressure sometimes may apply or may not apply. That depends on the welding technique, means if the pressure is required or not. But the main physics behind this welding is melting the material at that zone where the welding is required, and the other those material जिसको वेल्डिंग करनी है उसी मटेरियल को मेल्ट करनी है और यूज द फिलर मटेरियल तो फिलर मटेरियल वेल्ड होंगे एंड after rapid solidification those two parts will get joined together. Flux is added to remove impurities and protect the oil from oxidation. And sometimes during welding, actually in this welding in the welding process, a heat is source of heat is required, and that's why there is chances of getting the oxidation of the material. Means, material may get oxidized very rapidly. Okay, due to the heating. Means अगर किसी material को heat करूँगा then there is chances of getting oxidized of the material. Okay. So to protect this oxidation, to protect this oxidation, sometimes uh, a flask is used to uh, protect this oxidation and remove the impurities from the oil. Okay. The fusion of metal takes place by means of heat, means due to the heating. So this heating uh, at the oil zone can be supplied by means of gas or means creating means, resistance electric resistance and by supplying the gas like oxygen, acetylene, so oxyacetylene, uh, welding process uh, by supplying the electrodes. Okay, so this is a fusion of metal takes place by means of heat. The heat may be generated either from contribution of gases, so by gases like oxygen, acetylene, or electric arc. So electric arc means from the electric sources, means, just making the electric making the difference between electric potentials, electric resistance, chemical reactions, frictional heat. Frictional means rotating friction means uh, rotating a disc on the metal surface. So the friction will occur, and due to this friction, the heat will produce, and this heat will melt the metals, and ultimately uh, the metal can be joined together. So this is actually the friction star welding process. And so in this case, on setup is like that. Tool will rotate uh, between suppose you uncoil the aluminum and another material and two dissimilar materials by fixing star welding. Then the tool will rotate, and the aluminum material will melt due to the friction. When very high friction will uh, generate at the tool contact area, and due to this heat, aluminum material, aluminum will melt, and this aluminum will stick with the melt aluminum will stick with the other material. Okay, or by sound and light energy. So these are actually the sources of heat, and this heat can be either uh, from the gases or electric arc or electric resistance or chemical reactions or frictional heat, whatever. So hence heat is required to melt the metals or at the zone where want to weld. ओके, जहाँ ऑयल बनी है वहाँ हीट की जरूरत होगी। हमें हीट कहाँ से मिलेगी? अदर गैसेस और इलेक्ट्रिक आर्क और इलेक्ट्रिक रेजिस्टेंस और केमिकल रिएक्शंस और फ्रिक्शनल। तो these are the process of heating. So nowadays there is a huge demand for welding new materials and the larger thickness components. It means this welding process has a very wide applications. Welding, suppose all of you have seen the welding process. So जो छोटा छोटा ये रहता है, तो मैकेनिकल और सब रहती है इन ऑटोमोबाइल ये सब भी है welding. So this welding process is very vast applications for the joining purpose. Okay, and so in this case, no not bolt means extra uh, testing is required. Okay, and by this process, means, more strength can get um, mm, so, but the gas flame welding, which was first known as welding engineers, is now longer satisfactory, and hence scientific method advanced methods such as tungsten inner gas, metal inner gas, plasma arc welding, ABW, LBW, the laser beam welding. So, like, these are the advanced welding processes. So this is the development of welding processes. From gas welding process to export is actually resistance welding process. Then submerged arc welding process, tungsten inner gas welding process, metal inner gas welding is process. Then fission, fusion arc welding process, plasma arc welding process, and like this. So these are the means year by year development of welding processes. Okay, So firstly, actually, gas welding process used in the oxy-acetylene gas welding process uh, in the year of 19th century. Then nowadays, a advanced welding process like laser beam welding (LBM), LBW, laser beam welding process. Yeah. And in this process, actually, the heat intensity means heat intensity is more compared to the old welding processes like gas or a spot or submerged arc welding. Okay. So, oiling processes are of mainly two types. Means according to the uh, pressure welding, means apply of pressure, and means, according to the application of means, application of pressure means if pressure is applied or not. So if there is pressure is applied, then this is type of pressure welding process. So like as for example, the resistance welding. Resistance welding is one type of pressure welding process. Another type of welding process means according to the application of pressure. Means if no pressure is used, so without application of pressure, that is no pressure welding. So like arc welding, gas welding. So these are the welding process without the application of pressure. So in this case, arc means, electric arc is used as a source of energy, and like the gas welding in this case, oxygen and acetylene gas are used as a source of heat energy. Okay, so in this case, uh, by means, um, mixing of oxygen and acetylene at appropriate proportion, the heat will produce, and this heat will melt the metals, uh, and the and after rapid solidifying of the melted metal, the so the metals will get joined together. Okay, so like this, these are the pressure welding or resistance welding process. So a spot welding is example of resistance welding or pressure welding process. In this case, means, so see this inventor way means these are the uh, two sheets of other same material or different materials, and applying a resistance means electric resistance. The material will melt in this region. So like this, just as we here, the material will melt in this region. So they help in application of electric resistance. Okay, and the and at that zone, these two different sheet metals will get joined together. Okay, these are the non-pressure welding process, like in the supply of gas welding process. So this just this is an interview. So here oxyacetylene primer is used as a source of heat energy, and so here filler material also used. So Uh, this fundamental actually melt at that zone, and this melted the material will solidify rapidly, and these two parts will join together. Okay. So, like this, in this case also, gas is used as a source of energy. So this is just see here, no pressure is applied, means just a, means a mixture of oxygen and acetylene gas used as a source of heat energy. After in this the above cases here, a pressure also applied means by moving the either upper or lower part. So just see here this part is moving, and a small pressure is applied uh, in the stone. So this is actually pressure welding process. Okay. So these are the broad classification of welding process. Um, so this welding process is classified means, according to the different gases used. So these are type of gas welding process, means what type of gases are used, like oxygen and acetylene. So this is type of oxyacetylene welding process. Okay. Another is maybe air and acetylene gas may use. Uh, so this is type of air acetylene welding process. And sometimes oxygen and hydrogen gas used as a source of heat energy. So these are type of hydrogen welding process. So just in this, just see this schematic view, means a gas cylinder is there. So from this gas cylinder, the gas will supply. Means if we oxygen and oxyacetylene type of welding process, then there is there obviously there are two cylinder. One is for oxygen and another is for the acetylene. And this means. This is actually the thoughts of means, thoughts. So here both gases are mixed. Both means oxygen and acetylene gases will mix here at appropriate proportion, and a flame will create here. Okay, oxyacetylene flame. And due to this flame, the material will melt due to means high heat energy. Okay, and after getting a rapid solidification, the means the two parts will get joined together. These two parts. Okay, so like see this. So this is a means, oxygen top. So at two gases will mix, and a flame will create, and the metal will melt there. Okay, and after getting visual revision, these two parts will join together. Okay. Another is the arc welding process. So means this means in this group, what type of arc are using, like a carbon arc. If a carbon arc used, then this is a carbon arc welding process. Sometimes sealed metal is used, means for sealing the arc, so that so that the oxidation or welding defect will welding pores will not form. So sometimes this seal metal arc welding is used. Another is submerged arc welding, and gas tungsten inert gas welding. So sometimes tungsten inert gas is used as a shielding material. Okay. So these are the arc welding process. And they are just see this is actually shielding gas. Just outside this flame, there is a layer of layer of gases. This is this layer of gas will just act as a shield, so shielding purpose. Okay. So in this group, another arc welding process is like a metal arc welding, metal inert gas welding, or called metal arc welding process. Okay, and so just see here, so at mm, a a seal is there just outside of this frame, and this seal will actually seal the zone. So here means this is so just this is the frame. So here the material will melt in this zone, and this is the building. And so this will act as a layer, and so for just protecting from the oxidation of the material. Okay. Another is the plasma arc welding. So this is also type of arc welding process. So just see this is the plasma arc welding process. So here the plasma is used. Okay. Another is atomic hydrogen welding, electroslag welding, star arc welding, electrogas welding. So these are the group of another group of arc welding process. Okay. Another welding process is a resistance welding process. Another is resistance welding process. So uh, in this group for like a spot welding process, so this is a type of resistance arc welding process. So and so two electrodes are there like this is just to the simulated view. So and so these two electrodes are there, and these two electrodes are actually connected with the electric supply. Okay, so when these two electrodes and so, will contact via a metal, then a electric resistance will create here. So at that zone, a electric resistance will create here at that zone, and due to this electric resistance, the means here, high current actually supply. Uh, so due to this resistance, the material will melt at that zone very quickly, and the melted material also solidify very rapidly. Okay, let us see. This is actually a spot welding process. Another resistance welding process like seam welding process, projection welding process, resistance bar welding process. Mm, so these are the resistance welding process. So apart from the other welding process are like solid state welding process. Hermit welding process, and the radiant energy welding process. Okay, so different. So these are the broad classification of welding process. Gas welding process, arc welding process, resistance welding process, solid state welding process, and Fermi welding process, and radiant energy welding process. Okay. So from the next lecture, we will discuss one by one in details procedure of these different welding processes. Okay. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you.